Hey there, everyone. Welcome back once again to the amazing podcast that has swept the internet and made everybody just think more about their life, the Dangerously Smart Podcast. This go around, I'm your host. I'm Mike, the one, the only, and sadly, the last episode with me. But don't worry, I have these other two guys that I'm leaving you in the capable hands of. Right here, this brother with, smiling like he's kind of strange.
We don't know who you're pointing at.
Frank, you're the one that was smiling. Glenn never smiles.
Oh, okay. Hi, guys. I'm Sylvester. I'm over 5,000.
5,000? No, it's man. I'm gonna need your nerd card is gone. It's gone.
Wah, wah. See, all that was me like trying to like get into the spirit. I don't know. It's cold outside. Cold outside. Anyways,
Yeah, cold.
welcome to
Yeah.
the podcast, guys. We're gonna be talking about some interesting stuff. I'm Sylvester. Who's this other guy over here in the blue?
Oh, it's Glenn, the guy that wishes he was in New York right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, a few of my friends went on my Facebook page, and I'm looking at their timeline. I was like, I want to be where the people are.
Dog, next year we're going. Like we
How
have
do you have to tell people why we want to be in New York?
Well, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm pretty sure you know that New York Comic Con is this weekend, and Wi-Fi provided by LexCorp.
Yep,
Did you hear about that?
it was one of the stories I put in the drive.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that, and New York is
that
just
last year when we went.
what happened?
They didn't have it last year when we went.
Right, but that movie was well, it was a thing last year, but it was like in the
I'm just
beginning
saying, there was
stages.
no free Wi-Fi. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just want to go back. Like I love New York as a city. Like it's just amazing. Like I feel like I belong on the East Coast or in Atlanta. But with that being said, I really like New York. It's amazing. There's a lot of stuff to do. There's so much to check out. Um, it's one of the best. It actually is the best con I have been to. I haven't made it to San Diego yet, but hopefully that happens this year. But New York's amazing. So con or no con, I want to be in New York.
Cool.
Like you said. Yeah, I mean, one thing too, like man, going to all the different. I'm coming kind of a seasoned, con goer now. So I'm like, I'm getting kind of into it now.
Even though you used to hate it
Cosplayers,
up
man.
front.
I still kind of hate it. I hate the lines and all the people. Uh, just too many people. Crazy lines everywhere. If like just to see, you know, Game Over Greggy or Greg Miller, like, oh man, there's such crazy, ridiculous lines. Anyways, um, yeah, I just want that the cosplayers freaking amazing. Just the stuff that they do, the crazy off the wall stuff that they do when they crossplay, when they just do what do you call them when they put two people together, it's freaking amazing. So
Ah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
what are you gonna cosplay as for your next con?
I couldn't cosplay because the thing about cosplay, like you don't, I feel like you don't get to enjoy the con. You people like take pictures of you all day.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would ever want to cosplay, but I do enjoy taking pictures of cosplayers. And cosplayers, by the way, I know a lot of you guys follow us on our Instagram. Um, if you wanted to send us your pictures, send it to us, and we will post. We will tag you in the post and put it on our Instagram. So
So
send
Sylvester, what is our Instagram?
I was gonna ask you that actually. You
I
know
know that's why I beat you to it.
that.
You have to be prepared for these things now, my friend.
Dangerously Smart 314.
Well, perfect.
Boom.
See? You are prepared.
Well,
You're ready, my young Padawan.
I actually manage the Instagram, so you know I do
Oh,
all that and I do all the daily uploads and stuff. But you don't think about what your name is.
this is very true. Very true. All right. So now that and that was all just our introductions. Oh, real quick. Gentlemen, we'll start with you, Glenn. Been up to anything recently? Anything that you want to share?
Not really, man. I've just been working a lot of overtime to get ready for all these games coming out, so I can get all of them. But no, no, you know what? No, 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 no. I'm not gonna buy every game this year day one because so there are some games I bought day one or bought last year that I still haven't played yet. So no, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh,
I'm
speak.
going to
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna get Halo, Tomb Raider because the last one was amazing. I'm pretty sure this one's going to be as well, and Star Wars Battlefront and maybe Fallout. But yeah, other than that, I just been trying to read up on some comics, um, binge watch a lot of these shows because you know the fall season special started. I watched Flash and Arrow, loved both of them, and I played the Star Wars Battlefront beta a few moments ago,
Uh,
and that's amazing.
Was it mind blowing?
Yeah, it was. Like, the thing is, like, somebody commented on my page that it's just a reskin of Battlefield 4, and I was like, and I'm okay with that because of Star Wars. Because, like, I mean, it's just Star Wars, man. I mean, you just kind of like it. You have to. But I think it's a good game. I've always wanted to shoot at Stormtroopers in HD, and now I can.
Yeah, and I noticed on your Instagram you played on PS4, right?
Yeah, I played on both of them. Actually, I played it on the Xbox because for some reason my Xbox downloaded the game a lot faster than the PS4.
Oh, okay.
So I started playing it on whichever one downloaded it first, and it was the Xbox. And I'm gonna play it on both solely because I have both systems, but I'm gonna get it on Xbox anyway.
You know, I was gonna ask you, are you going to get your Xbox fixed before Halo comes out?
Oh, sorry, it's good.
Oh, it's good. They fixed it.
No, I fixed it.
Okay.
Like I didn't reset it properly. Like I didn't let it sit long enough. So like one day I was just like, I'll forget it. And I just left it sitting there like completely disconnected.
Hmm.
It was disconnected for about 2 days, and I just turned it on, and it was like, hey, I work now, and I was like, cool.
Yeah, I would sell that thing ASAP. You know it's gonna die again. That reminds me of my 360.
Mhm.
But good luck with that. One thing I was gonna say. So last podcast we talked about how a few games that we bought last year that we never played. Mike and his Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have you played that game? Like twice?
But Unity, about 3 times.
Yeah, good times. Anyways, um, so what I wanted to point out, so last weekend I was taking care of my niece and she dug up this little game called Disney Infinity, and we played it, and it was freaking fun. Like I was like, wow, I should play this more often. So for those of you that listened last podcast and were under the impression that this sucks, it's not that bad. I actually really enjoyed it.
Wait, didn't I get one of you something from New York Comic Con last year for Disney Infinity?
Yep. So you guys, you got me a um, Hawkeye and a Groot statue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
Because
won't let you
I
play
had
two.
to, huh?
Confusing thing. So the thing about Disney Infinity is you can't just drop any old character in the story mode. You have to have, yeah, it's really stupid. You have to have like the story chest, or it's like a centerpiece for it, and it unlocks this whole like side story. So Groot, I can play as Groot, but I can only play as him in the toy box. And the toy box is basically where you can make your own
That's kind of
game. Yeah,
yeah.
but I can play as Hawkeye because he's an Avenger and it's an Avengers game.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Well, at least one of them worked out for you.
yeah. I mean the reason because I had Skylanders and I had Disney Infinity, and honestly I like the Skylanders a whole lot more. But I had to get rid of one of them because I just had way too many toys sitting around my house for a grown man. I was like, all
What you
right.
trying to say, man?
I personally had way too many toys. Like, if you saw my collection, like it's to the point where like I try to put a little bit away. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hide my nerd 100%. You know what I mean? Because like I have a Batman statue in my window, so you don't even have to come into my house to know that it's a nerd dungeon. But
You need shelving.
I
That's what you
try
need.
not to I try not to put it out there too much. Like, hey, what's up, bitches? All I'm about is nerd stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because
Now,
I've got 2 Batman statues.
no, so that's what you need in your life is shelving, so you can have somewhere to display your nerdom proudly.
Then I'll be like Glenn. His Glenn's place is like a nerd museum.
A nerdseum.
It's like this is 1920s nerdidity. You should see it. We're gonna do a Cribs episode of Glenn's place. You will see the nerdum. It's pretty amazing.
Nice.
Well, anyways, what y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about some taters?
Well, I'd like to talk about some dangerous deals if you have any this week, sir.
I ain't got no dangerous deals. Anyway, what else we got?
Man, quit trying to make you laugh like that.
All right, so speaking of Assassin's Creed Unity, that game is really cheap on Amazon right now on the Xbox One. It's only $12.50. So check it out. I wasn't gonna get this game at all, but it's the limited edition for $12.50 on Xbox One.
Wow.
1836 on PlayStation 4. So and it's a
Mm-hmm.
limited edition. So check it out. I mean, that's what I like about Ubisoft games too. I mean, just to kind of piggyback, Ubisoft, they're the only publisher that will put out a game that will be like it may be critically panned, but they'll keep building on top of it until it's good. Because like The Crew, when it first came out, that game people weren't too crazy about, but then they kept building on top of it, and that's how millions of people start playing it. So they just recently acquired the developer that made The Crew. That's a big racing game, by the way, that came out early this year, I think, or late last year. I think late last year. And yeah, I mean, I got to give Ubisoft props. They do 2 things awesome. They what? They do 2 things awesome. They drop the price of their game, so if you don't get it day one, you usually can end up getting it a lot cheaper if you wait a few months. And 2, they keep adding to their games to make them good post-release, which more developers should do. Activision and Tony Hawk.
Oh, well, I was listening to the Giant Bombcast earlier today, and they were just talking horribly about that game.
Well, the funny thing about that game, so I'm gonna tangent a little bit. So one thing that a lot of people don't know about the Tony Hawk license deal is it ends at the end of the year. After this year, if Activision wants to renew their license with Tony Hawk, they have to negotiate. The deal that they had was until 2015. So this team that made this game, they're the same team that did the Tony Hawk remakes for Xbox 360 and PS3 a few years ago.
Hmm.
And it's highly theorized that they kind of rushed the game out. That's why it's not graphically pretty. That's why they didn't really put a lot of time into like advertising it. Because how many trailers have you seen for this game? Glenn,
Not that many.
do you have your? Okay, I heard myself.
Yeah, I was about to say like I'm hearing you as well.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. We got anything else we want to talk to?
Well, did you have any other deals to go over today, or are we good?
Oh, well, this isn't really a deal. I just saw it on ThinkGeek and I thought it was really cool. So apparently, nerdy mini fridges is like the shiz nowadays. So there's a Iron Man mini fridge that's been 3D printed, and it's on sale for $80 on ThinkGeek. And I want one. If you want one, check out the link. We'll put
The
it on.
question is, does it glow with the
It
with the
doesn't.
chest piece? Hmm?
No, it's just the Iron Man face, but his eyes do glow.
Okay, okay, cool, cool. All right, all right. Let's move us into some of this tech news. Glenn, I believe this is you.
Oh, the all-in-one PC.
No, It just says all the Microsoft news.
Oh, yeah. Microsoft, for you, those of you who don't know, this past Tuesday, Microsoft announced a lot of stuff, and they're looking good, but they have made one mistake, in my opinion, and I will get to that later. But let's talk about the good first. They announced tablets and new phones and laptops, and all of them were amazing. A little pricey, but amazing. Um, Mike, what did you like best about the whole thing, if you caught it?
Well, I caught a little bit of it. I would say, not that I'm in the market for a new tablet, but if I did, it actually looks pretty good.
The Surface?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Surface was the Surface Pen.
Yeah, I was excited about X-Ray. What did you guys think about that?
X-ray. I didn't see that.
The gaming thing where the things came out the wall?
Tell us
Uh,
about it.
Well, it's basically a HoloLens, and I don't know how it's really gonna play out. Like, I think it's gonna be cool, but like the way my apartment's laid out, I don't think it's gonna work.
Can you
But
describe it?
it's expensive. It's $3,000 for those of you who are inquiring about the cost.
yeah, no, I won't be buying that.
Yeah, that's what killed it, man. Like that $3,000 price tag is insane, man. I don't know how many people are gonna really pay that. If you had it, would you? That's my question.
If I had it, probably, but yeah, I don't, and I don't see myself having it anytime soon.
How
Glenn, can
about
you
you?
clarify what it is a little bit? Because you're just like, because I don't know anything about what X-ray is.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it other than what I saw. It's pretty much virtual reality,
Is it
and
a
then you can
table?
interact with it. Huh?
Is it a table? Like,
No, it's not a table. You put this thing over your head, and the little stuff just comes out the wall.
oh, so it's a
Oh,
HoloLens.
Yeah,
yeah,
HoloLens.
yeah, he said that up front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
but
mean,
they
you said it was like the HoloLens, so I was
Yeah,
like,
well, I don't
is
know
it
because they
something
changed this
different?
to X-ray, so I'm trying to figure out did they change the name or is it still HoloLens or what? Like,
Oh, hell no. $3,000. You crazy.
yeah, I didn't really look too much into it, and I haven't even seen that much news online. Like, pretty much what they showed on the conference
Hmm.
is pretty much all I've seen about it.
Right.
So it's pricey. It's cool. It'll work out depending on how your apartment or wherever you're at is laid out. Might work, might not work, but it's 3 grand, so.
I mean, that's how this new technology is, man. I'm afraid of when they announce this. It's not the PlayStation Move anymore. What they rename it as the PlayStation something. I forgot what it was. But
Oh, you
basically,
mean the virtual reality thing?
yeah, the PlayStation virtual reality thing.
Oh, Morpheus? Is that PlayStation's?
Yeah,
No, it's not called that
well, they
anymore.
renamed it to something else.
Oh,
It's something really simple.
Yeah, I forgot what. Anyways, anybody who knows, yeah, if you listen to this podcast, you probably know what Morpheus is. So, yeah, they didn't announce the price, but they said that it's going to be priced as gaming hardware, which means it's going to be expensive. And even
oh
with
yeah, I did see that story. Yeah.
yeah, and then even with the Oculus Rift, not only is that expensive, but you have to have like a top-notch PC to even run that thing. The only like affordable virtual reality experiences are the ones where your phone does all the work, and you just basically strapping your phone to some binoculars. Um, so yeah, it should
Cardboard
be.
boxes, you mean?
Well, they got the cardboard boxes and the Samsung ones. It should be kind of interesting to see what happens. But I mean, it's exciting, but I don't know if it's gonna take off if it's at that price. I know Hololens is different. Well, I'm sorry, X-ray. Since apparently that's what it is. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, oh, one thing I want to talk about as far as the Microsoft conference, the new all-in-one PC looks awesome. This is the Microsoft Surface Book. It also is expensive at $14.99. You can get an iMac for cheaper than that, but
Yeah.
whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks awesome, and I love the design of it, and it seems like they put a lot of thought into it. I would never pay that much for it. That powerful, but you know, it has
it's not for people like you, Sylvester.
It's specifically for people like me, considering what we do in the podcast. Actually, like us taking this to New York Comic Con, it's designed specifically for people like
Oh well, yeah, for that,
not necessarily people in my price range.
yeah.
But I mean, it is neat. I love it aesthetically. It's beautiful. I would love to review this product. I got to go to the Microsoft store see if they'll let me borrow one.
So we can do an official Dangerously Smart review.
Yeah, and do an official Dangerously Smart review would be interesting. They also revised their Microsoft band. Um, I don't know much about it. I know they expanded the functionality and it has a lot more like smart watch features, but I didn't actually watch the press conference because Microsoft is boring compared to other companies. And they're like, "Hi guys, it's me so and so." Blah 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 blah. Why are they making bands? Nobody cares about bands right now. You know.
Bands to make her dance.
Yeah, we're just gonna move past that.
But yeah, well, how about any you guys before we move on to anything else? Did you
Well,
like the Surface Pro 4? Anything kind of stood out to you?
yeah, I really like the phones, man. The phones are amazing. But once again, when I said remember when I said they did something bad, and that bad thing is being with AT&T. Come to Sprint, come to Verizon, so people can actually get you. Now the thing is, there's some of these phones unlocked and they're pretty pricey, and I would never personally myself buy an unlocked phone because of how much it costs. I'd rather just get a phone with a plan and pay maybe 300 or do the monthly plan type thing.
There's so many good unlocked phones you can get for under 300 nowadays. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I really do like Microsoft, and I was really rooting for them. Like, yeah, Microsoft, you're about to do it. You're gonna take over. It's gonna be awesome, and everything's cool when you're part of a team. I was like, I'm ready.
And then they
So
disappointed you horribly.
yes, I was like, oh, you're doing the whole AT&T thing. I was like, only Apple can pull that off. People sacrifice everything to switch to Apple to get this phone. Microsoft, you cannot do that. You can't do it. Give it up.
They're
Just
trying to
give,
they're trying
huh?
to come to that into that Apple into that piece of Apple's pie. They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
So
Apple's only on AT&T. Why not have Microsoft only on AT&T? Buddy.
before we move forward, I just want to bring everybody into the light that maybe don't know what we're talking about. The Microsoft Lumia 950 XL. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
that's
Shame
the
on you, Glenn.
I'm sorry.
that's
But
the
anyway, but the cool thing about this, you can expand it.
mm,
I mean, it has a micro SD card on it. None of the really popular phones nowadays have that anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. LG G4 has it. I just think the Samsung devices don't have it. The Apple devices don't have it. Not
Like I said,
anymore, at least.
like you said, the popular devices.
Right. So this phone's a beast though. Like the thing, like me being a photographer, I'm really into cameras, and this thing has a 20 megapixel camera on it. I really like the cameras on the first ones, so I can only imagine with the time and technology that this one's going to be way better than the one that came out when they first dropped. And it's going to you'll be able to shoot in 4K, so that's cool. Um, I just really want this thing, but it's just not going to happen. Now the cool thing about this is though it has Continuum, and I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that because you say you didn't watch the conference. It has a USB Type C on it. You can plug it into your computer, and your phone becomes your desktop. So I think that's kind of cool.
Oh,
Now
nice.
there are a lot of features that are not available that people been kind of complaining about, but with time it's only going to get better. It's stuff isn't even out yet. So the people that used it so far said they love it, and I think that this is Microsoft's time to shine. You can combine my Xbox with my PlayStation with my PC. I'm ready for that because I want the Apple ecosystem, but not Apple. And Microsoft can provide that to me, given that they make a couple of changes and lower their price.
Yeah, they are not Apple price worthy yet.
Yeah, because like I really like the new Surface 4, but 2 grand for a tablet? I'm sorry, can't do it.
Well, I mean, one thing that I think it seems to me like they're trying to do. Microsoft is a software and now a hardware guy. And I think that bringing people to the table with their high end products, but at the same time, there's going to be lower end products that are available that are similar to like the Surface and all these other things that they do at better prices. Like the Surface, for example, it's not even necessarily the best tablet computer anymore. Like there's a lot by Lenovo and Toshiba that are actually like higher rated and cheaper than the Surface. So I mean, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because sometimes you have to go after the high end market to get the low end market to pay attention. So I think that might be what they're doing.
That can work. Gets people to start paying attention. That's great.
Right.
Yeah, because they have speaking of lower end phones, they do have the Lumia 550. Now that's going to be $139, but it only has a 5 megapixel camera,
Well, you got to
and
think they're not necessarily going for the photographers with that particular phone.
Yeah.
right. So I mean, I get it because the price is much lower, but I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, one thing about those kind of phones, like I used to have a Motorola E for a few months, and that phone wasn't really aimed. It was like a lower end phone, but it was aimed at China and India because those are like the emerging markets where they. I wouldn't say they're new to smartphones because they've had it just as long as we have, but your average person hasn't had it. So I think Microsoft like they really want to get in on that on that boat because right now it's a new market to play in. So that's why they've been focusing so much on that low end because that's not their first cheap, Windows 8 phone. Well, I guess this is Windows 10.
Yeah.
Um, one thing I wanted to point out too, they confirmed this on their Twitter. If you have a Windows 8 device, there's a lot of them. Go to their Twitter to figure out which ones. But there's a lot of them that they will actually upgrade to Windows 10 for you. So it's not like Windows 7 when they were just like, you got Windows 7, fuck you.
Too bad.
Right. Yeah, they will actually upgrade some of those from 8 to 10, which is really cool.
Cool, cool. So moving on. Let's see. Glenn, was this you as well? The most amazing all-in-one PC?
Yeah, I mean, after calming down after looking at it, I was like, that's not really that amazing. But I mean, it's just nice looking. I was really amazed by the screen because when I first saw it, I thought it was a monitor. Then when I clicked, on it, I was like, oh, that's an all-in-one. And normally I don't
Who's
like
it
those.
from, Glenn?
Huh?
Who's it from?
It's from Hewlett Packard.
See, you have to build this up. You have to let
Yeah,
people
this
know
is
what you're saying. Talking
audio,
about.
right, right. It does look
Okay.
like something out of a sci-fi movie though.
Yeah,
So
because that's a huge curved screen. That's saw on the article.
right,
Yes.
so basically, like it's like just to describe it a little bit, like it's kind of just a curve. It looked like those Samsung curved TVs, except it's
Mhm.
all in one. It's really beautiful. Go ahead, Glenn. Though. What's your stuff?
Real quick, I was just saying. I think in the article even says it's kind of like sitting in front of a cockpit of a
Oh
plane.
yeah, well said.
Yep.
Well said, Wired by Brian Barrett.
But
So
yes,
go ahead.
it's a 34-inch screen. The base model is $1799. That's $1,799. i5 processor, 8 gigs of memory, and it's up to 2 terabytes of storage or 16 gigs of RAM. So I can only imagine how much it's going to cost if you get those added to it. But yeah, I mean it's nice looking. Not my cup of tea, but I thought it was just a screen at first. But it's amazing. I like it. Would you get it?
If I was balling out of control,
Yeah, I was like, if I had that kind of money, yeah.
right. If I had that dangerously smart money.
Man, not everybody can be dangerously smart like that stuff.
Yeah, but the other thing is, HP also released a Star Wars laptop. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's pretty nice looking.
I saw a stub of it on IGN and I didn't open the article. Did you? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Because it was actually kind of interesting. I saw it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Can you
That is
tell me
beautiful.
tell me about it in general?
Well, yeah, they changed the recycle bin to a Death Star.
That is cool.
And the trackpad on it is remember on the first Star Wars movie that came out when he was gonna blow up the Death Star?
Yeah.
Not the first, I'm sorry, the third one. When he's gonna blow up the Death Star, the little tracking system.
Yeah.
That's actually the trackpad, so I think that's pretty cool. It makes
Nice.
Star Wars noises when you shut it down, turn it off, and do certain things.
So
Insert
this
the USB drive. It sounds like a lightsaber.
so what you're
So
telling me is this is basically for everybody that bought the R2D2 Xbox 360.
yeah,
I used to have one of those. Good times.
yeah. So I mean, it's a really nice looking laptop. Honestly, if I was in the market for a new laptop, that would be it. And the artwork on it is great, and the box is amazing. It's beautiful. Like I would not get rid of that box. I keep a lot of my boxes, but that is one I would not get rid of because they
This
did a nice job with the box.
and this is why you need more shelving, Glenn.
As Glenn shelving becomes more intricate, it will be like ridiculous. People will charge entry to get into his place.
It really would be a museum.
Welcome, friends, to Nerdonia.
Nerdonia.
Yeah, that's how my desk look at. That's how my desk at work looks. People walk by, I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Look at all
Helen
this
the
stuff.
epic nerd.
But look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Oh man. All right. Well, let's move forward. So let's see. So Facebook is testing out some new emojis.
Yep. There's
Facebook's been
going to
doing all kind of weird stuff lately.
right. So you have like, love, haha, yay, wow, sad, and angry. Sound like seven doors.
Will it be like will it be like Apple's emojis where they're colored? Because I would not use emojis unless they're accurate to my race, which is Hispanic.
Is your girlfriend wanting some FaceTime, Sylvester?
Yeah, she does want some FaceTime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my wife.
Yes.
Oh, your
I
wife?
I don't know. Like I haven't had a chance to really watch the videos because like when I saw this stuff, it was mobile. Now that I'm on here, I'm not gonna play video. But yeah, that's coming. So how do you feel about that? More emojis.
You know what? I'm not even surprised at this point because that's where the world is. Everything is an emoji of some sort. Everything has an emoji of some sort,
Yeah, yeah.
and then various emojis for the same thing.
Right. Sooner or later, like you'll be able to do like college essays with emojis.
That if we reach that point in
Well,
my lifetime, I will be sad.
they have an emoji movie coming out.
An
Thank
emoji
you,
movie?
Tony. Yeah, it's like somebody told a story using emojis and like Sony bought it up. I don't really want to get into it because I don't know everything. I don't want to just talk about it, but just look it up. Just type in emoji movie, you'll see it.
Love it.
That's no, don't love it.
I love his description. Just look it up.
Oh, that.
I mean, because like when I
Yeah,
first
I
heard
know.
when I first heard about it, I was like, this sounds stupid. And then
Well,
after I kind of like glanced at it, I was like, what the hell? And I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm not going to read this because I'll never see this movie, and I don't think it's even going to see the light of day.
well,
So I didn't really put too much thought into it, but this story made me think about it.
Yeah, you never know. They did that one Facebook movie. That movie was so stupid. That horror movie, what was the name of it?
Catfish.
No, it was like the whole movie took place over FaceTime. It was so stupid.
Oh, the one. Yeah.
You went to go. You were the only person who went to go see it.
It was a date, but yeah, I did go to
So
see
two
it. It
people
was
went to go
so
see it.
bad. Yeah,
I know
it
what you're
was.
talking about. I didn't go see it though.
Yeah, I just got boozed up there, which is really expensive. If you take a date to the movie theater, tell them that you don't drink.
Well,
Because
no. So that's for that movie. That was okay because you probably needed the drinks to get through it.
I needed to drink, but that was like $150 date, and I didn't even like her.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even like her for real. I was like, oh god, let's just get through this.
Sylvester, that is a dating fail right there.
There's no back out. Like once like you know, because it was like an online date. So once you meet that person, you can't be like, "Ooh, good lord, you ain't like your picture." Bye.
Sure, man, they had a whole episode of Boondocks about that. Yes, you can.
Oh man, yeah, but I'm a nice guy though.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hey, you know what? You know what's good? You know we like video games, right?
Of course.
Sometimes,
So only sometimes, Sylvester.
sometimes. Hey, speaking of which, what's the last game everybody played? Go.
Glenn?
Last demo I played was
Game
demo
or
accounts of
demo you
Star Wars
heard of?
Battlefront.
Oh, okay. All right,
Really?
Glenn, you had yours. Mike, you go.
I've been playing Skyforge on PC lately.
Nerd. PC games suck.
Why are you trying to get our podcast just completely taken off the internet? And
Controversy creates cash. It's a book. Look it up.
what about you, Sylvester?
I've been playing DMC, the HD remake.
Okay, good times, good times.
Which game?
Devil May Cry is the DMC remake by Ninja Theory. It's awesome. Everybody
Oh,
check it out.
cool.
Especially since it's cheap. I think you can get it on Amazon right now for $20. It was on sale last week for 18 something on
Yeah,
the
I've been dabbling in free games.
Dabbling.
Yeah, like I'll play it, then I'll turn it off, then I'll play the other one. Then I'll play some rare replay. So I haven't really been on one particular game. I'm kind of just waiting for Halo to come out, pretty much.
Rare Replay. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm thinking like that might have been a bad purchase for me because I tried to play some of those games and I'm like, ooh, I forgot how bad Perfect Dark Zero was. That game was shit. Then I tried to play Cameo because I didn't play Cameo, but everybody said it was shit. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play Cameo.
What?
So I tried to play it and I was like, oh my god, this game sucks ass.
Well, you must try to talk to me because I love Cameo.
No comment. No, I did not talk to you because apparently you have bad taste in games. The game
Wow.
sucks.
Wasn't that many games on the 360 when it first came out anyway, and that was one of them.
Come on, guys. No
Launch
hate on
game
this
sucks.
podcast. No hate on this podcast.
Launch game sucks. I feel you. I bought almost every Xbox 360 launch game except Cameo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bad choice, but okay.
See, that's what makes us gamers. We all think, yeah. We're like, oh,
Yeah, I didn't like it, so it's shit.
Minecraft was the best game ever. Blah. Continue.
No, that's no. Just no.
See,
Anyway.
that's 'cause none of us are 12. Like 12-year-olds love Minecraft. If you watch a Twitch stream, it's like some loud ass kid like they love it.
Yeah, they do.
Those are like 12-year-old millionaires. They're like, yeah, I just stream Minecraft all day. I don't even go to kindergarten anymore.
Okay. Well, hey, let's move on a little bit. So, starting tomorrow, or today if you're listening to this after we're finished recording, in North America, the PlayStation 4 is getting another $50 price drop. They're doing this like...
Price drop.
Here's my thing. I think they're trying to do things like yearly, like deal type drops.
No, this is their first price drop.
I thought they did that last year.
No, the Xbox was there last year.
Oh, okay. See.
Yeah.
Right. But
This
yeah,
is their first price drop. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Target CEO predicted it. He's like, I think they're gonna drop their console by $50, and then boom, it happened. So
he probably was told that ahead of time to prepare people.
Probably, but it's still pretty cool. I mean, that way you have choice, and who knows, maybe Microsoft will get really competitive and drop the price even lower.
And my thing is, so here in America they're dropping it $50. Apparently, up in Canada they're only dropping it $20.
Well, it sucks to be Canadian, you know. So yeah, whatever, dude. You get universal health care. Go fuck yourself.
Right.
You care not for anything since they can get their health care for free.
Yeah, and their Thanksgiving is on Columbus Day. That's weird, stupid.
Hey, that's when they're thankful.
Yeah, that's when they're thankful. That's weird. Now the Canadians and the PC elitists are coming after me. I'm gonna get DDoS attacked.
When you do, just make sure that you tell everybody that it happened because of the Dangerously Smart podcast.
Yeah, and everybody, my name is Mike.
We had introductions at the front, sir.
I live in California.
We had introductions at the front, sir. All right, so let's move on. Glenn, I'm going to guess this is yours because I don't know what it's talking about.
Oh, that's mean.
Hey, that's what he does. Anyway, what's going on, Glenn?
Yep. So looks like I finally get to play my PlayStation again. There's a game on there I want, and that's the new Dragon Quest game.
Have you played Dragon Quest games before?
No, but I want this one.
So I just click on the article. My first thought is that Goku with the sword?
Well, it's from the same artist. He's always done Dragon Quest. I mean,
okay.
Characters. Yeah, this is like so Glenn, you know this is like a Dynasty Warriors-esque game, right?
I'm aware. I watched a few videos about it, and it looks like it's going to be pretty fun, and it's something that I like to play around with.
Yeah, you should get GameFly, who isn't paying us to say this, by the way, and try it out. They're not paying us yet.
Hey, I would love to be paid by them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about GameFly. Oh yeah, I need to get back on that.
Dude, I'm addicted to GameFly. Like, the games are so cheap. Ugh. You can get awesome games over there for like $20 or less. And I'm saying, like, buy them. It's awesome.
So you know what you're doing right now. You're telling everybody this. Everybody's going to hop on the GameFly bandwagon, and then they're going to start increasing prices.
Like Netflix.
That's cool. It's a dangerous deal. Oh, is that a segue?
No,
it's not.
Was that a Glenn way?
Oh, please, no.
It's not a segue. The batteries are dead in it.
That's we're gonna do that from now on. It's a Glenn way.
Are you trying to take over Greggy's?
Greg way.
Yeah. You know what? Here's what we'll do. For this particular podcast, we will tweet at Greg Miller and say, "Hey, we're taking the Greg way away from you."
I don't know, man. He might have that. That patent.
Yeah, don't do that. You about to stop. We ain't worried about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
All right, that's all I asked for.
I'm Twitter beefing with y'all. Fuck y'all. It's all about dangerously smart. Till I die.
Hey, so let's keep that going. Like you said, controversy.
Controversy, yeah.
No.
I'm gonna send him a DP.
All right. So let's see. Also, in some gaming news, apparently,
wait, that's all you have a Dragon Quest? I thought you like.
No, there wasn't too much I wanted to say, but I mean, it's just like a fun game, and I want it. That's about it.
It's like Dynasty Warriors. That's about the best we got.
Right. Cool. It does look awesome. It's coming out. I think it's coming out this month, and I think the 17th. I think it's coming out. I'm not sure.
Is it this
I had
month?
my eye on this one too, and I was like, "Ooh, should I get this?" Also, there's a lot of cool like Japanese games, like sleeper games coming out. Because there's a new Tales game coming out.
Oh, there is?
PS4? Yeah, it's PS4. That's why you probably haven't heard of it.
Oh, what game?
Tales. It's a game. Tales is a game series.
Tales is a series, right?
Oh, okay, that. Oh, yeah, I would love that. I loved that game when it was out.
Which one?
I used to have that on GameCube. The
Vesperia?
This is Zestiria, yeah. So that's coming out this month as well. That's coming out October 20th. And I've been kind of contemplating getting that, but after our last podcast, we were talking about not getting games brand new because I actually have a game that's still in plastic over here.
Which game is that, sir?
We brought it up a few podcasts ago. That's the Final Fantasy X and X-2 remake. Still in plastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So best to play your games.
It's hard, man. It's hard out here for a pimp. You know.
Hey, I still barely play Sunset Overdrive.
It's such
Did you?
a good game.
Did you beat it?
Play that.
I did not.
You did not beat it. Okay.
It's really fun, and it's not that long of a game. I'd say check it out because I beat that game in like a weekend. And the cool thing about the developers, they actually sent like to the people that played the games, they sent a message out and was like, "Hey, thanks for playing that game. Here's some free DLC." That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got an email that was, I mean, not email, Xbox message that gave me some free DLC. Of course,
Oh,
I just rented the game, so couldn't actually use it, but it's still pretty cool.
you should have it for future reference.
I didn't actually download it, but yeah, sure.
For shame.
What renting games is healthy, especially if you talk about it on your podcast and get other people into it.
This is true.
Yeah. And that game is really cheap on Xbox, by the way. So all my budget gamers out there, because really, if you think about how much money you save by just waiting a year, like being a year behind on games, you save so much money.
This
Oh
is
my
true.
goodness.
This is very true.
Like you never have to buy anything over $20, really. You just wait. Because like The Witcher, I went out got that day one, but I'm not that far into it because it's such a deep, engrossing game that is intimidating for an adult. Because I'm like, this game is gonna take over my world. Nah, I can't do that. I'll never leave the house. Nope. So yeah.
That's why. Look, that's why you need to go ahead and get on that Dangerous Smart Twitch and get that started up so that you can just do that and monetize it.
You know the advantage of you this being your last podcast is you can stop nagging me. Boom.
It's not my fault that you have no foresight and gumption, sir. Boom. Anyway,
Awkward.
anyway,
Continue.
moving right along. So next story on here: gamers are passionate people. Gamers fight for the games they love. They cry over the games they hate. And apparently, sometimes people send death threats over online games. Not even online games, just so here's what's going on. There was a game that was released by Tecmo, uh, Japan only, and I believe it was. Let me make sure before I say. Uh, yeah, okay. It was a mobile game, and so apparently a 40-year-old guy in Japan started sending death threats because there was a glitch in the game. Like, who
Wow.
does, who does that? Sylvester, would you send threats?
I just sent you a threat.
No, Sylvester. That's not cool. That's not cool.
I don't know. Gamers always take stuff over the top. I mean, think about what's his face when he said Twitch was stupid like a month ago.
Well, here's my thing.
The internet went crazy.
I can understand people that don't know or people that are younger doing stupid stuff like that. But this is a 40-year-old guy. He should know better.
When will you learn? Every male is not a man.
Yeah, that's true too. Oh well. He got caught up and he apparently confessed like pretty much immediately.
Hmm.
Japanese people are really nice.
Like, yeah, I did
All right. He went to jail for 4 months. It was like the strongest jail sentence ever in Japan.
it. All right, let's move on from that. Not sure who grabbed this next one.
Oh, Borderlands. Oh yeah, so Borderlands Episode 1 is free now. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, if you ever heard of a show called The Walking Dead and a game company called Telltale, they did a fusion high and made some awesomeness. And they're basically doing the same thing with Borderlands, which I loved. And they're coming out with the final chapter, and Episode 1 is free on all platforms now. So if you
Okay,
haven't played it yet, here's your gateway.
nice, nice.
Yeah, and I played that first episode. It was really good. My thing about the Telltale games is I can't just sit back and play them like episode by episode like that. I have to wait until all of them come out and then play it. because I would just be going crazy. Like I'd be all over their Twitch, like, hurry the fuck up, I need this. I need to know what happened to so and so.
What are you, man? You strung out?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
that
like
good.
I don't know. I don't know how I could have took it. Like when I had played The Walking Dead, like everybody talked about how good it was, especially when it won Game of the Year. I was like, oh, that looks cool, and I just never played it. But when I played it, it was like
Yeah.
the best thing ever. It was fucking amazing. Like I binge played. I've never binge played anything. Like Mike, remember I came home, I was just like, up straight to it. Throw something in the oven, straight to it.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Like I was on that game until I beat it. It was amazing.
See, I was one of the people that played it episode by episode. Like I started in episode 2. I was like, oh, okay, I got 1 and 2. Then had to wait and wait. It's like, I need to know
So
how
I'm
much.
surprised you guys haven't played the Game of Thrones ones.
My thing is, I heard that was kind of so I wasn't really all that. I wasn't really all that hard up for that one.
I bought the first episode of it because it was on sale for like $2, and then I never actually played it because I was like, well, I don't want to get into because like I played the Borderlands first episode, and I was like, I immediately want to know what happened. So, I just didn't want to get caught in that cycle again.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. Speaking of Telltale, they're re-releasing eh um the Back to the Future games that they did.
They are.
Yeah, so that's gonna be on PS4 and Xbox One, of course, already on PC.
I remember playing that for like I went over to somebody's place and they had it, and I'm just like, this is atrocious.
Really, I mean, it started out really great. I mean, it was like the resurgence of that point and click thing. So
Yeah,
I really liked it at first, but after a while, I didn't like the puzzles too much. They were too linear. Like it was like I want you to figure out exactly what the developers had in mind.
right.
In
Well,
order to do
also if you played it, the like sometimes the graphics would mess up. Like there was
Well,
one
that's
point.
just Telltale. Telltale games are just I'm sorry, they run shitty. They need to work on their tech.
Uh, poor Telltale.
Not poor Telltale. They're balling out of control. I'm gonna bring them up again when we talk about our next thing. But continue.
Yeah. Okay. So next on the list, this is something I saw and was like, oh, because I heard about this about a month ago when it initially started coming up.
Mhm.
Apparently, voice actors may be going on strike.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I can understand they want better working conditions, things like that,
Mhm.
because much like actors, their bodies and their voices, that is their trade.
Mhm.
And apparently, with voice actors, they get paid lots of money, but not really. They get paid a bit for, hey, do this voice for this unknown game that you have. You don't know if it's going to be good or bad, and then just kind of, have a day. But we don't care about your next gig you have to go to. We don't care if you have to have your voice rested well enough to continue doing this today. Just do it.
Right.
So, if the strike does happen, I'm hoping they get better conditions, or I'm hoping they just get better conditions without having to strike. But I'm behind your voice actors.
So this is something I actually was really looking forward to talking to you guys about because this is kind of a heavily debated topic because this is the SAG Actors Union, right? So not
Yes.
all actors are SAG actors. So don't think just because they're going on strike that video games won't continue. If you're not a SAG actor, you can still act, in these things. But the reason they're fighting for this is because there's a lot of video games where they'll take a SAG actor, like a well-known voice actor, and they'll give them $200, and they won't get any, they'll get paid.
Residuals.
Right, they won't get any residuals. They'll just get the booth time, and if they do any promo work, they'll get paid like per promo, and that's not exactly fair. But that's when you're thinking about like EA hiring an actor or Activision hiring an actor. Those guys can afford that and they should do better. But one thing I think about is Telltale. Telltale is not. well, they recently were invested in by Lionsgate, so they're not exactly poor, but they're still an indie developer technically, right? So what about all these indie developers out there? Because like the terms that they want aren't necessarily fair for everybody. So um, they want like increased. What was that word you just gave me?
Which word?
Like a part of the sale, like
Oh,
they're
residuals.
actually, yeah, they can get increases residuals starting at 2 million.
No,
Um,
no. Yeah, if the game sells a certain amount of copies, then
right,
they
starting at
they
two
want
million.
that.
Right, so starting at 2 million, they get so much, and then it goes up by there. And if it's a free to play game, it's based off of how many users there are, which is awesome if you're thinking about like Call of Duty or a $6 game. But for a $5 game like a Telltale game, what does that mean? Because you're not making as much profit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's something to think about because our industry isn't the same that it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was mostly like the major players were the major players. They were the millionaires and billionaires of the industry. Now, there's a lot of new indie people that are really like changing the industry and making and doing well. Should they be held to the same standards that the Activisions and EAs are held to? What do you guys think?
As far as that, I want to say yes, but you can't really because they don't have what those big companies have to give.
Right. And
Yeah.
the other thing to think about too, like if they don't use SAG actors, that'll be another huge difference between a high budget game and an indie game. Because oh, I can't afford to get a SAG actor because of all these, this, and this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I
So
don't know if the terms that they're fighting for are necessary. Like I 100% agree with you. You should be paid more. You should get um, you should get residuals based off you know what you're doing because I can't tell you how many times I've listened to a game and been like, is that Troy Baker? That's Troy Baker. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They're like, that's Nolan North. That's so and so. So they're becoming like the celebrities
they
of the
are known
industry.
names now.
Right. Yeah. And they should, get residuals off that. And I'm sure those two are doing just fine. Like,
Yeah.
on everything, I'd imagine they probably have a little bit of sway when it comes to like what they do. Like, yeah, you're not gonna give me that much. Sorry, I'm fucking Troy Baker. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
And kind of in the same vein, I wasn't even watching. I was listening to an anime that a friend of mine was watching today,
mhm.
and I recognized at least two voices, and I'm like, huh. I wonder if they, you know, with the anime stuff, are they getting residuals off those, or are they just like the video game guys, just kind of out their bad after their initial recording?
I don't know. I couldn't confirm. We'd have to get an actor on here to tell you.
Mm.
Glenn, no
So
opinion? Or are you falling asleep again?
No, I'm not. I was listening. So my thing is, if I were, I'm gonna take this from my point of view. If I were any developer, if I were any developer, I would not go with huge name talent. I just couldn't do it because the thing is, it's too expensive, and I wouldn't want to invest in that right off the bat. What I would do is I would just go with some no names, like somebody nobody's ever heard of that's really good at it.
but
That's
the thing is, you don't know they're really good at it if they're a no name.
I'm
Yeah, I
saying,
mean,
like if I like have like a reading, like if I just say, here's a casting call, and then sit on this couch, but no, I'm just playing. no,
I saw that
no, so
movie.
I'm saying like if I had a no, I'm saying so if I had like a casting call and I was like, oh, he did a good job with the, boy, that was awesome.
Mhm.
I'll be cool with that. Or like let's take somebody that we know, like let's say me and you, Mike, me and you make a game.
Right.
I think Dominic would be a good voice actor, like
I,
for certain
I
for certain stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like if we do like a medieval game, like a Diablo type game, and we make him like a great wizard or something. Like just knowing him, like he'll be good for that. I'm like, hey, you're my boy. Hop on this, help me out. Cool. There's other people that I know. That's just what I would do. And then when I do get big enough to get to that point to where I can hire a Troy Baker or a Morgan Freeman, then I'll do that.
Well, my thing is just because you're indie don't mean you're poor. Like I don't think Telltale is suffering, but at the
Well, I'm
same
saying like just
time,
starting out.
oh, okay. So you're just referring to like a starter, not necessarily an indie, because you said what I would do if I were indie.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
well, I think that if I was a starter, if I was just starting up, that's what I would do. Like I would try to just knock. Well, I would try to knock it out the park, but not not by just using somebody else's name. Like, hey, you see this name? That name? Yeah, like my stuff. Like that, I couldn't do that.
A lot of studios do that. Like Claptrap, for example, he's not actually like the from Borderlands. He's
Yeah,
not an actor. He's actually an employee of Gearbox Studios.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, he's not an actor. So yeah, a lot of studios do that, especially the startups. And they used to do that like back in the day, like back in like the PlayStation days, 64 days, or
Hmm.
especially like the 64, like the Super Nintendo days, where you can barely put audio on a cartridge. Those weren't actors; they were just dudes.
Cool.
Awkward silence. Anyways, what else we got?
Look, there's this Walking Dead. They have another game coming out, and it's a mobile game, and it's called The Walking Dead: No Man's Land. Now
Oh,
this
is it
game is
already out?
What's that?
uh not
Is
that
it
I
already
know
out?
of.
Oh, I've
This
seen.
story was just put out today.
Oh, okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
But this game plays like XCOM. I don't know if you guys ever play XCOM, any Enemy Unknown, but it's one of those turn-based games, kind of like
Yeah,
that
it's like a really
steampunk game
popular
that came out
game.
on Nintendo not too long ago.
I was about to say, so is it like XCOM where somebody dies and they're just gone?
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh,
Like, it plays just like it. So it's free, so I'll definitely give it a shot. Um, that's pretty much it. I just want to point that game out because it's not really a deal, but it's a game and it's a movie, so people like it. Check it out.
Cool.
nice, nice. All right. Okay, so let's move on then. Let's see here. What?
Yeah, all right. So I can explain that one. So basically, you know how a lot of these apps have companion apps that will come with come on your mobile phone. Not mobile phone.
Tablet.
Smartwatch.
Ah,
Yeah. So basically, Sonic is your personal trainer. So I think that's kind of cool.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Looking at it, kind of cool actually. Because I was kind of pessimistic when I clicked on the link, and I was like, "Ooh, bring that to Android where I want it."
Yeah. So this is coming out with Sonic Dash 2, and this is only on the Apple iPhone for now.
Mm.
But yeah, Sonic as a personal trainer. I mean, what more could you ask for?
um, an actual personal trainer? I don't know.
Yeah, Mike, you had that. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, and very expensive.
Yeah, they were. I told you not to get them. You're like, no, it's cool. It's life changing.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Look past my financial downfalls.
All
Uh,
right, so Street Fighter. They're going to give it another shot.
give what another shot?
The beta. Now I don't know if you guys tried to get on the first beta, but it was a tragedy. It took forever. It didn't work, and I just gave up. And then it eventually came up out of nowhere. And the way I found out it was working was via Facebook. And somebody was like, "Hey, I'm playing it." So I hopped on it, checked it out. I thought it was awesome. I'm looking forward to Street Fighter. I'm not one of those competitive people that go to Vegas and play every year and figure out stuff down to a T. I just play the game because it's fun. But it comes out October 22nd if you have a PS4, and if you have a PC, it comes out on the 24th.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this beta is opposed to the old beta. So all the characters that were available in the last beta have been switched out for the new characters that they announced. So it's gonna have like Zangief and I don't know other names because they're newer characters. But it's cool because you actually get a chance to kind of get hands on some of these characters before the game actually comes out. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we wanted to share with you guys when the beta dropped last time, but it was dropped so like minutely. Like it wasn't even on Capcom's Twitter feed. I was like, I don't want to get in trouble for posting this. Just kind of enjoyed it in silence. So yeah, sorry for that. I would have told you guys because it just dropped like in the middle of nowhere. Like it worked for a weekend,
I'm
and
sure somebody knew.
it was like a secret society kind of thing. I don't know. Glenn let me in on it, and I was like, cool. Yeah,
Okay.
man, you look so sad, dog. You alright?
For
Let me come
me,
over there and give you a hug. Yeah.
I was reading. I was reading about that Marvel thing. I was interested.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So I believe that's it for our gaming news this go around. Let's move over to some TV and movie news. Okay. So we kind of touched on this at the beginning of the podcast about how LexCorp is providing the Wi-Fi at New York Comic Con this year. It's like, why couldn't they have done that last year? I would have liked it.
Technically, Glenn already spoiled that.
Yeah, that's what I said. We touched on it earlier in the podcast.
Right.
I just wish I was there.
Oh God.
What did he say about a bear?
he said he wishes he was there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and let's move past that sadness that we're not there this year, but next year. Next year.
We will be there.
That's what I'm saying. Dangerously Smart will be there next year.
No, you'll be our special. So Mike says this is his last episode, but I'm sure he'll be back sooner or later in some
No,
capacity.
they'll beg.
He'll do like just spots here and there. He'll be our special correspondent in California. He'll get to do our celebrity interviews.
You just have to meet some celebrities first.
Hello, Taraji P. Henson follows us on what you call
Instagram.
Instagram.
Okay. No, Sylvester. No, stop.
Or do we follow her? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, continue.
Anyway, all right. So, Glenn, I heard you kind of sneak this in a little bit earlier. Netflix is raising their subscription plans. Well, let me phrase it. Their subscription plan. Anyone that has the two-screen plan through Netflix right now, your pricing.
Screen.
Oh God, that's going to be going up by $1. Now, when I was reading the article, apparently that $1 is going to be a lot of money because they have about 65 million people on that plan. I believe it said. So that means that's going to be $65 million a month that they're getting.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, yeah, that's for new guys only. So if you're already a Netflix,
oh yeah, that's right. That is new people.
Yeah, it's not gonna go up until this time next month. So don't worry about your price going up. But I mean, considering all you get, whatever, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, $1's kind of inconsequential in the long run for most people, but
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, and one thing I want to point out: if you have the SD version, your price doesn't go up at all. So if you have, that's the standard definition. Because apparently there's a standard definition option. I think that's $7.99. Your price doesn't change at all.
Right.
Huh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, they announced it a long time ago. Don't ask me why. I guess it makes sense depending on what provider you have.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you got a provider where you know you're not gonna be able to get no HD out of them, you're running like a meg or two. You might as well not even pay extra for HD. So I guess it depends on where you are in the country and what you have.
Right. Okay. All right. So moving past that one. So Marvel's we've talked about the different phases of their Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, all that.
Yeah,
so apparently,
the first time we heard about Phase 4, that's creepy.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, Phase 3 has changed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now apparently they're pushing up the release for Black Panther.
Right.
Yeah, so it's going to be earlier in 2018 than it was.
They
And
still don't
then
have a director though, right?
I don't believe so
They
at this
don't.
point.
Or a
They
writer.
just
That's
got a
scary.
they just got a writer actually. I just read an article yesterday. They just got a new writer, but they don't have a director.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're pushing Captain Marvel back until later in 2019. And
Really
in
looking
the
forward to that one.
I was gonna say in the middle of those two movies, they're gonna drop in a second Ant-Man movie.
I'm down with that. I'm surprised too because Ant-Man 1 did okay. It wasn't like the it wasn't like Marvel. Like it didn't sell as well as most Marvel movies do. But
It sold pretty well for what we're gonna say a basically unknown at that
right.
point.
Well, I mean, so was Guardians of the Galaxy, and that made almost $1 billion.
True.
Yeah.
Well, my thing about Ant-Man is I think that they knew it was such a big success. I mean, because people loved that movie. It was amazing. And I
I
think
think
they know
some of.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? People thought that the movie was pretty good. It had really good reviews and so forth. The people that were like, on page 43 in 1960, it didn't look like this motherfucker. Like, those people, of course, they hate everything. But like for your average person that's not going to say page 43, 1960, whatever, those people are like, I liked it. It was funny. It was good. It was entertaining. I mean, it's what a movie is. It's
Right.
not a carbon copy of some shit that was printed years ago.
Right.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say so. Oh yeah, I think a lot of people honestly like that better than Avengers. Like Avengers was, um, like underwhelming to some. I still liked it. I thought it was good, but like if I had to pick between Avengers and Ant Man, I think I probably do like Ant Man a little bit more than Avengers, honestly.
Really?
But the bad guy was a little bit bland, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
wish
then I'm
that
kind of
they,
biased though. My man crush is Paul Rudd.
Ladies, you heard it first. Unless you can beat Paul Rudd, you're not getting him.
Every man has a man crush, whether they want to admit it or not.
Hey, I've openly admitted my man crush multiple times.
Who's that?
Clooney.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. How about you, Glenn?
shut up, don't ask John Barrowman.
Yeah, we know who Glenn's is.
Continue.
All right. So yeah, so some changes to the upcoming movies. Do you think they're going to make any more changes past this at this point, or just kind of leave it as is for now?
That's tough, man. That's a hard decision. I mean, they'll make a change. Like, hey, it's Tuesday, so here's the change.
Yeah, it's hard
Like,
to say like without any like a lot of these don't have directors or writers attached to them, you know. So yeah, it's just producers saying we're gonna put this much money into this then.
Like, here's the money. Please come and make the movie.
Right.
We'll see. All right, so let's move forward a bit. The new Jessica Jones trailer. Have you seen it, Sylvester?
Damn it. You always go after me. No, I haven't seen it.
Well, I knew to ask you because I know Glenn put that in there. So, well, no, I put it in there.
Purple Man.
My bad. Actually, no. There's two trailers then because I haven't seen the Purple Man one yet.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that I saw was just her walking down the street and then jumping up 5 stories to go into a window.
yeah. So this new trailer was basically her in her apartment. Well, no, sorry, her office or her apartment. I'm not sure.
It was her office.
Anyway, so she's in there. She's looking at these pictures she has on the wall, trying to solve a crime. And then you hear David Tennant saying, "Hello, Jessica," and you just like hear her in his head. Now, I'm not a big comic book reader, especially from stuff in the past, so I really don't know this character. But what I do, the little bit I do know is that he's basically Evil ex-boyfriend.
Honestly, I didn't even realize that.
From what I gather, from what I've heard, like from since this is coming out now, a lot of the stuff that I've read on other sites are basically saying that that's an Evil X. Like
Oh.
Scott Pilgrim. So yeah. So Also, what Marvel did, if you have the Comixology app, they released a free Marvel one-shot called Marvel's Jessica Jones #1 with Daredevil. So,
Not with Daredevil.
well, no. That's like if you look at the cover, it says
Oh,
also in this issue Daredevil.
right. Because it's supposed to link the two of those since they don't. Because from what I remember reading is the scheduling almost prevents everybody from getting together until the Defenders series starts up.
Right.
So you almost can't have character A guesting in character B series.
Right.
So
yeah, so you finally get to see her face in this one too.
Yeah. So what they did was they just had Jessica Jones. She basically went to this dude's hospital room. Was like, so what are you doing? And then he's like, no. She said, tell me about the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. He's like, it's horrible. It's horrible. And, you know, that's supposed to link the fact that these worlds are interconnected.
Cool. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, man. Like Netflix has a lot of amazing original content. And speaking of amazing original content, October 16th, Beast of No Nation comes out. And that's basically a movie with Idris Elba in it to where he's playing in African warlord, I believe. But it's going to be amazing, so check it out. And I know, and the reason I said that is that Daredevil was one of the best things I've seen in a while. And I don't think they're going to let me down with Jessica Jones. I don't think they're going to say, let's start our decline here. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, so I had a conversation at work today, and I wanted to bring you guys into the frame of this conversation. So I got a friend doesn't watch a lot of comic book TV shows, right?
Right.
Oh, I see what you mean by color change. It's weird. Anyways,
see.
So he was saying like, what's the best comic book show to watch? And I was like, The Flash is freaking awesome. You need to watch that. But apparently he's not interested in DC. So we were kind of, me and the third guy, we were debating as to which is better, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or, what is that?
Arrow, Flash, Daredevil.
And I was like, dude, Daredevil was one of the best, like, shows I've ever watched. It's like, it was so good. What do you guys think? Like, if somebody wanted to get in on all this comic goodness, what would you suggest for them?
I wouldn't suggest Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. only because it starts off so slowly.
Yes. It's a stingy show.
But it does pick up and it actually gets really good. Huh?
This season is doing a lot better.
Yeah. But yeah, since it starts off so slowly, that put a lot of people off of it.
Right.
Let's see. I would definitely say Daredevil's a good one. Arrow is a good one. And Flash, like you said, I'm really enjoying Flash. I didn't watch the premiere yet, but I've been busy, Mike. I've been busy over here, man. We'll talk after we end.
Talk about the Flash. Wah.
But I would tell somebody what to watch depending on the person. Like, because if somebody asks you for a recommendation and I know them, I would know the personality. So I would start, if it was somebody that I didn't know, I would say watch Daredevil or Flash. But if it was somebody that I knew and I knew they had a good attention span, I would say S.H.I.E.L.D. only because it ties a lot of stuff together. So I would say watch the Marvel movies first, then watch S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, if you watch in the order and you have the attention span to do it, I would say start with the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
What about, like, personally, do you have like a favorite of the shows?
I would say my favorite right now has to be Daredevil. Because the thing I liked about Daredevil is that it took it there. Like, it didn't take it like they're like killing and all this crazy stuff, but it insinuated a lot of stuff and it was just good.
It was grittier than most Marvel products.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they had the ability to do so.
Right. And also the other thing is, I like the fact that is easily accessible. Because like if you want to watch if you want to jump in on Flash or any of those other shows, it's going to be really hard to do it because Netflix doesn't have everything, and Hulu has some stuff. It's like sporadically in there, so you can't binge watch Shield from season one to. Actually,
Okay.
no, it's on Netflix now. Never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Oh,
if you
I was
want
about
to
to
watch
say.
something, if you want to watch something newer and it was on Hulu,
right.
you kind of have to watch that stuff pretty fast because after a while they take that episode down and you get lost.
And it depends on the contract that they have for that particular show.
Right.
Some of them they keep the whole show. Other ones they only had like the last five.
Right.
Like that's why I haven't watched season 3 of Arrow yet, which is finally just on
Netflix.
Netflix. So I'm going to binge that. But yeah, so it just depends on what they have.
Yeah, for me, they did the crossover episodes of Flash and Arrow, and
That
I
was
watched
amazing.
I watched like half of the first season of Arrow, so that was so confused watching like the crossover episodes. 'Cause I was like, why are there like 50 people with arrows now? They got a green arrow, a black canary arrow, an orange arrow. It's like 60 people with arrows. What happened between season one and this?
And I'm in love with Iris, by the way.
Dude, everybody's in love with Iris. She's hot.
Iris, if you can hear me, I'm 32, single. I like you. You're amazing.
Oh, I thought it was gonna get awkward. I like you and I want you. We
No,
can
I
do
was
it the
gonna
easy
do
way or the hard way.
So here's what you do, Glenn. If you really, really want to, I want you to get on the Dangerously Smart Twitter, which is at Dangerously Smart, smart without the A. And I want you to, send this episode to her. Say, I want you. I need you. And
Dear
then she'll,
God.
That's
and
creepy.
then she'll immediately put on, restraining
We'll be
order.
we'll be the creepy podcast people.
No, but shit, anyway, this you'd be interested in this, Sylvester. I don't know if you watched Arrow last night, but there's going to be a rock band off. It's going to be Team Arrow versus Team Flash next week, playing rock band
Yeah.
against each other.
Ooh, that's
Uh,
one thing I wanted to point out too. If you guys watch The Flash, I will spoil this one thing. There's a very famous wrestler that is in the latest episode of The Flash.
Oh, nice.
I had to look him up because he looked so different. I was like, is that? Nah, that can't be him. But yeah, he's in there and interesting. But yeah, I gotta watch that. Well, I'm not gonna watch that because it's Arrow and I'm so behind on Arrow.
Like I said, I'm at season 3, and I'm going to binge that before next week, probably.
Yeah, I wish I could catch up like that, but it's an hour-long show. I can't do it. I know me. One thing I wanted to bring up too when we talk about season premieres, I got onto the show late, but thankfully my DVR didn't. um, Limitless. This may be the best show I have watched. It is so good.
Really? Because I heard about it, but I was like, I
Like
don't
the
know.
best new show. It's really good. Like if you like the movie,
I did like the movie.
it's like a show except it's an FBI thriller. And there's like a million FBI thrillers I know, like who done it kind of things. But man, it's really cool. Like basically the premise is the main guy, he has unlimited access to limitless drugs, so his brain goes into overtime. So he's solving all these mysteries, but he's trying to fix his life, and he's also being extorted by somebody. I won't spoil that for you, but that's in the first episode. Um, and he has to kind of juggle those three balls in the air. It's
Mm.
a freaking awesome show. Like of all the shows that we talked about, honestly, that's the show that I look forward to the most. Even though
Really?
I was gonna say, did I can't think of who was the guy in the movie?
Bradley Cooper,
Yeah, does he make a cameo at all in the show? Or
yes.
okay, cool.
It's so weird though because like he looks like CGI, like it's really him. 'Cause he's the producer, but he uh he looks like a Paul Wall version of himself. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does he look like that?
You know, I want to see Quantico.
I've seen a lot of hype for Quantico when I was watching the Shield, they were like, "Ooh, make sure you watch Quantico. It's so good." But I was like,
Yeah,
you
that
know
girl's
what?
so bad.
I've got enough shows that I'm addicted to this year. I'm not
No,
gonna
You got your
yo,
shows for the
Bruno.
season already.
right. There's so many like FBI and crime. Like, what is with all these crime shows nowadays?
That's the big hit right now.
It's so weird.
I
Like
mean, crime shows been going on forever. 21 Jump Street, um,
Columbo.
New York Undercover, Heat
Yeah.
in the
New
Night.
York Undercover was the shit. Oh man, I remember that.
Yes, I
They
remember
should
watching that.
remake that. They should do
And
a movie of that.
what was it? Heat in the Night, I think that's what it was called. With Sidney Poitier on it. It's really
Yeah,
old.
and he's the night.
Yeah, and then it was one really good one.
The commish.
Was that was wait Malik Yoba and them? That was New York Undercover, right?
Yeah, that was New York Undercover.
That was New York.
Okay. Shit was another one. But yeah, it's been cop shows been going on forever. It's just that right now, like NCIS and VDU and all this stuff, like
You.
it's too many of them. CSI Miami, CSI St. Louis coming next. There's way too many cop shows, man.
Right.
Right.
But some of them are, but you have to kind of weed them out.
NCIS St. Louis will be just all right. Here's a crackhead with crack sprinkled on him. You're like, why do all our criminals have crack sprinkled on them? I don't know. Bag them and tag them, whatever. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, so I do kind of want to see Quantico because old girl's pretty hot.
Is that your entire reasoning for watching a show? Is that the chick on is pretty hot?
No,
I don't
but I just
know.
want to check it out. But anyway, let's move on to this next story. Well, actually, our final story. My Woman Crush Wednesday.
It's not Wednesday.
What day is it?
I know today's not Wednesday, but when Wednesday comes around, it's going to be her. And that person, my friend, is Gugu Mbatha-Raw. Now, if you don't know her, she played in Doctor Who. If you're a Whovian, you would know that she played Freema's sister in the series.
Yeah,
And
I remember her from that.
yeah, she also played in Beyond the Lights and Jupiter Ascending, which I have not seen. And she also played in the movie, I think Belly, but not Billy, but Bell.
DB pulled up.
No, I know her. I know her. Shut up.
Oh God! See, this is the creepiness that we were talking about.
She is a delicious young lady. Continue.
Yeah. So anyway, she was in another
young, though.
show
She
with
looks like she's like 20.
Huh?
what you say?
She looks super young now. She looks like she's like 20.
Nah. But she was in another show with Boris Cujo back in the day. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, she's going to be in Star. What's up?
She's older than me. Wow, she ages well. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
she's gonna she's gonna be in Star Wars Episode 8.
Nice.
Cool. Is she gonna have a starring role, or is she just gonna be hot?
Star Wars Episode 7 isn't even out yet, so I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is something that just happened. So
Yeah, I read an article today that the girl from Orphan Black, she has a choice between being in episode 8 or being in a show about the Boston bombing, I think called Stronger or something like that.
Oh wow.
Kind of has a catch-22 between the two.
Yeah.
I didn't, yeah, it was just yeah.
have you guys watched Orphan Black?
I watched the first 2 episodes. And I was kind of like, I'm sure this will be good, but I got too much on my plate.
Man, Glenn, now you got me obsessed with this chick. She is really enchanting. Anyway, I try not to be too like male horrible on the that girl fine, yo. she's a beautiful young lady.
There you go. Just stick with that.
Love to impregnate her.
Anyway, you and Glenn getting all look. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave. You and Glenn are gonna start tweeting at all the female stars, and just like every female person in Hollywood. Yeah, Just if you get anything from Dangerously Smart, just ban them immediately.
Glenn doesn't know how to tweet.
You'll show him.
Yeah, apparently, back to tech news kind of sort of, they're gonna change up Twitter a little bit, so I can't wait to see how that goes.
Cool. Get rid
Nice.
of hashtags. They suck.
What'd you say?
Get rid of hashtags. They suck. Even though if you look at our stuff, there's like all hashtags.
Well, I actually like hashtags because hashtags allows me to find stuff.
Yeah, it's just when you're creating a description, it's like, do I put hashtags in it? Especially with Twitter. It's like, do I put actual what I want to say, or do I want to be discovered and put hashtags in there? So what I end up doing is just putting hashtags on there because we need more.
Right, because like if you look at my recent post on Instagram, I have about 7, 8 hashtags.
Well, Instagram doesn't have a character limit like
Right, like Instagram does.
Yeah,
That's the
Twitter
one
does.
thing because, as you can tell, I have too much to say, so 140 characters isn't enough.
right,
Especially when you combine a link in there. So
right. Yeah, that's what sucks with the dangerous deals because sometimes I can put the dangerous deal in there, but I can't actually say that it's a dangerous deal, so it just looks like I'm putting a random link up. Deals are hard. The deal game is hard, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, I do. Sylvester, what are you doing? I just looked down. I was like, "What is that?"
I burned an incense for you, buddy.
Huh?
I burned an incense for you. Continue.
I was like, "Well, that is the."
You gotta have a tearful goodbye, no speech or anything? What the fuck, man? It's been 2 years.
Let me finish, sir. I was gonna say that's all our news and all the stories we have for this particular episode. And as Sylvester has to point out, yeah, this is going to be my last one, at least for a while. As I said, they'll probably beg me to come back. Like, hey man, you know about this? Come help us out, son. So I just want to put out a couple things. Glenn, this is your baby, your idea. Keep it rolling. Sylvester, I'm giving all the responsibility of keeping the social networking over to you. Can you do it?
I just typed something for you.
For those that are listening or watching and want to know, Sylvester just flipped me off. But it's okay. It's all right. I will be okay. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to be my last one for at least a while. Glenn, do not support him in this. You know what? This is why I'm leaving, because I can get. Oh, wait, hold on. No respect. No respect. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I will miss this, though. It's been a great, almost 2 years. Recording with you two, good friends. Obviously, after this, they will never talk to me again. I will not get a phone call. I may get a message on Facebook saying, "Hey, how do you do this?" That'd be about it. You are ruining my goodbye by making me laugh. You know what? Anyway, to all the Dangerously Smart listeners out there, keep listening, keep being dangerously smart. We love all of you. We want you all to be the best people that you can by listening to our podcast and spreading the word to your friends. So, anyway, thank you all. You all have a great one. Anything to say in closing, you two?
Wait. I'm not done typing.
Okay. What the hell? Glenn? What did you do? Okay, never mind. Anyway. No.
you got anything you want to say?
No, Sylvester, I'm not doing that right now. I got a little bit to set that up.
All right. Well, I will say it's been fun. It's been a wild ride. Going to New York Comic Con, and I wish we would have started this back when we were going to C2E2 those couple years we went. And it's been a learning experience. So things are only going to get better. Hopefully. Well, no, not hopefully. They will get better.
There you
And
go.
just to see how things turn out.
Hey, you can always go to
I'm
C2E2 again and plug the Dangerously
Oh,
Smart name.
we would definitely be going to more cons, so that's like official. Me and Glenn already talked about that. Cons will be a
Perfect.
regular thing for us. Um, Mike, you done with? I mean, Glenn, you done with your speech?
Glenn?
But what did you say, Sylvester? Your connection kind of dropped out a little bit.
I don't want to interrupt your speech. Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mike,
hang on. I have to cry a little bit.
Mike, it's been an honor and pleasure. You've been doing your thing, and we definitely appreciate and we love you. We understand you got to go. You got to go. So,
Yeah.
um, we'll see you again. You'll be back around. You
Yeah.
know, you can't live without us. But his future isn't with the Dangerously Smart. He's in the Dangerously Smart alumni now, which is just fine. We're gonna do like Greg does, and we're gonna name a segment after you.
I feel honored, sir. I feel honored.
Yeah. What should we do? I'm gonna come up with something.
You know what? No, don't do it now. Let me listen to a later podcast and find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, you named what after me? That's when you get the phone call, and I'll find out that you changed the number.
Right.
Hmm.
Anyways, thanks for Mike. I actually say this to you this time. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. Thank you. You say it like Barack Obama. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I've enjoyed being here with both of you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's before I get all teary-eyed. You all have a great evening, a great day. Whenever you listen to this, continue to be dangerously smart.